been involved in scouting for around 14 years, and I've learned many things. Some of these lessons have been introspective, while others have been skills that I will be able to use for the rest of my life. I've had experiences that nearly no one else my age has had, and have enough stories to stand up here for the next few days. Instead of doing that, I think I'll save most of those when I'm old and gray and need young people to sit down and shut up. If I'm lucky, they'll learn a thing or two, as I have. I joined Cub Scouts as a Tiger in first grade, with Pack 273 from Norton Elementary. A few of those faces are still here today, although many have drifted away. Lucas Allback, Alex Jones, Danny Stivers. We formed the Electro Shark Patrol for a time, and then started looking for a Boy Scout troop to join after we crossed over. We were convinced to join this troop by the wonderful coincidence of a Hawaiian party the day we visited. I don't remember a huge amount about the first few years of being in Boy Scouts, although I do remember that halfway through 6th grade, I moved to Virginia for 6 months and joined a troop there. I remember even less about them, except that they all had to wear neckerchiefs and prayed a few times a meeting and were nowhere near as cool as 317. I came back when the semester was over and worked my way back into the troop. Around this time was when the majority of the older scouts in the troop left due to a disagreement or something and became solely a venture crew, leaving a large leadership vacuum. I can hardly remember the order in which we stepped up to fill the gap, some with more success than others. Lucas became SPL at 14 and wasn't even present for the election. I actually gave his speech for him, which consisted of, "Hey, I'm not Lucas Allback, but you should vote for him." The end. I was elected troop custodian at the same time, which I think I filled for 3 terms, not by choice. Eventually I became the assistant patrol leader of the Sharks Patrol, and then became the patrol leader when the patrol leader just kind of disappeared. Then I was patrol leader again, and then was elected assistant senior patrol leader of Alex Jones, and then assistant senior patrol leader of Jim Hefner, and then senior patrol leader, and then maybe patrol leader of the Pounders, somewhere in there. The troop had begun to recover from the leadership vacuum under Jim's leadership, and I believe fully recovered under mine. While he moved the scout troop from the scout house to our new quarters in the basement of the church, I was able to bring in somewhere around 45 new scouts, some of which we didn't really want to be there. Between my father and I, with some help from the PLC, every meeting had a lesson in the game, and every campout had a purpose, although not necessarily attendance. I had earned all the merit badges I needed in all of my ranks except one, with only my project left to go. I stopped coming to meetings after I stepped down as senior patrol leader, and got my stuff together and found an Eagle project and completed it. Throughout those few years that I was in Scouts, I attended summer camp several times. I went to National Youth Leadership Training, and I attended National Advanced Youth Leadership Education. I've been through Cope courses and I've been whitewater rafting. I've climbed Mount Rogers and I've walked the Cumberland Gap. I've flown across the country and I've been to Philmont. I snagged a few awards along the way, a merit badge here and there. I learned that while it is interesting to be the quiet one of the group, somebody has to step up and make things happen and plan them out well enough that they go well. Most of all, I learned that you can't do it all alone, no matter how hard you try. I've had a ton of help along the way from many of the people you see here and many others who don't. To those of you still in the troop, take the reins. You get out of scouting what you put into it. If you just coast through it, congratulations. You're exactly what all the kids at school tease you about being. If you all take control and step up, you can make scouting be the most fun you'll ever have. The opportunities are all in front of you, and most of them are ones that most people will never see. A lot of what you learn will be useless, but not all of them. Don't follow all the rules all the time. Some of them don't. Do listen to your leaders, though. They know what's going on, and everything will go a lot better if you do. While there are many people I couldn't have gotten up here without, such as my parents, leaders, the teachers who allowed me to plan scouting stuff in their classes instead of pay attention, and the boys I consider my brothers, Jim Hefner and Lucas Allback, as well as their families, Mr. Allback deserves some special recognition. Without him going to the mat for me during my Eagle board, I would have been stalled out at the last step by one guy's inability to accept those who believe differently. My habit of honestly nearly got me screwed in the end, but he came through for me. Scouting is a wonderful opportunity and should be available for any youth who wishes to partake of any race, faith, or sexuality. Anybody who disagrees with me should remember that the world is changing fast, and if scouting doesn't keep up, it's going to be left behind. I don't think that's something we should let happen. Thank you all.